since my tires today are not the best, when we're doing self-driving, we're going to be using chill mode today, just because until my tire appointment, it's not good weather, so I'll be doing chill here, just because of my tires and safety of myself and everybody around me. They're not illegally bald, it's just, I don't like how they're like almost right at the fucking, they're like right at the lines. They didn't pass the tread lines, they're just like right there, most of them. You like to play it safe. Yeah, stopping distance is still fine in the wet, so it's not like there's an issue. I'm just always overly cautious. Alright, so I have another job interview. I've had so many job things. I'd say this is my... Well, it's actually not even that much. Like, yesterday I had 2.5. Because it's like, because I had a pre-interview and then 2 job interviews, and now today I have a job interview, maybe a pre-interview later, we'll see. I don't remember if I did a pre-interview for this. I think I was just asked to come down to do a job interview, so I think these people are, not the other people are unreasonable, it's just crazy that you have to have like pre-interviews and pre-interviews and all this stuff. It's just a bit wild. But no, this job, it will suck if I have to travel every day. So if I do get this job, it will be awful, especially in the winter. A 40-minute commute daily will suck. The biggest concern I have with this commute is, I'd say, the charging. I'm still on level 1 charging at my house, so that is 12 amps, 120, 110 volts. So that would definitely be an issue, especially in the winter time when I'm getting, sometimes at most I get around 5 miles an hour if I'm in really perfect conditions, but I get around an average of 4 miles an hour. In the winter it goes down to around 3. Sentry's a big killer for me. There is free charging on the way home, but there are level 2 chargers that I don't want to sit at. But my logic is, if, depending on employee parking, how that is, if there's no like back of house employee parking and I have to check my Sentry mode, I might as well leave work, pull right in halfway home to that free charger, open up Sentry, look through my Sentry, and then go home. I know that's a lot of work, but I don't know, I don't trust parking lots, especially not checking my Sentry mode. And I don't want to check on it throughout the day. I also didn't pay for premium, so I can't check up on it anyway. I'm not gonna pay for premium, I don't mind checking up on it in the car. So it's just when if I get like 30 events, I gotta click on each event, and then the dash cam's gonna probably crash 10 times, and you know. Like my fiance said, it's a job. You need a good full-time job. It's better than nothing. And in the meantime, you can find other jobs. So. like, I'm just gonna wear them again. This job's gonna go one of two ways. Either it's gonna be a very simple job interview, or it's gonna be very in-depth, because I brought 2 extra resumes with me. I highlighted that I have I've done some work in supply chain. So, are they looking for someone that can be good with supply chain, or are they looking for some basic person that... Because, like, there is a varying pay difference between an average employee there and the employee job I'm applying for. So there's definitely, I'd say, a 25% or more. I'd say a 20-25% pay difference. So... if it was a typical job, I'd assume they pay that much, but it's okay, we'll see. They didn't ask for too many qualifications. I'll take another look at it since I'll get there a bit early and see. I know I passed all of my qualifications, obviously. There's only one job I interviewed for that I was like, fuck. I don't know what I'm doing. My fiance's like, you just gotta do it. I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. But that reminds me of my friend. I'm not gonna say it. Fuck, I'll say it. Sean. He has a job. He is like, got the interview. So I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. I was like, man, you need a book on management. Basically, he's a project manager. Got the job kind of by accident. He's paid well. And he likes it. He's just not qualified at all. That's how a lot of people are. I mean, they're not really qualified, but they do the job fine and they do a good job at it. It's just not qualified in terms of the company. Like, someone wanted me to do data entry, and I applied for it anyway. The data entry wanted a bachelor's degree, and I was like, well, no, I don't have a bachelor's degree. It's data entry, and I'm also getting paid like 18 to 20 an hour. So I'm not like, you know, what do you want from me? It's like that's, I can get that job at McDonald's, fucking drop out out of high school, and you want me to have a master, like, I'm sorry, I can't say master, I'm thinking of some of those masters I looked at, a bachelor's degree for that, like, the fuck? Maybe if it was like, well, I'll give you a 25, 30, I'd be like, yeah, maybe, and I get a $5 pay bump, but I'd go. Yeah. But if we do this commute, I'm interested to see in the winter how Tesla's gonna do with this. Without, you know, road markings or being able to see the road at all. gonna take control in a minute here. This lane. This lane. Don't make me take control. We're slowing down. Let him pass. Thank you. We're going 45. Sorry, you're doing it. You're going 45. Maybe even 40, we'll see. I'm going 40. You're too antsy with me right now with the fucking... How you're doing that. You can be right up on my ass, buddy. I don't care. We're staying 40. Is he even gonna show him there? Yeah. He is closer than it shows. Like if I had touched the brakes, he'd slam right into me. I do want them to redo the like road markings and shit. That is a big thing that I want them to do, but they're not going to do it because they don't care. Also, because shutting down this road is a fucking would be a awful mess. Tesla, going in this lane here. Yep. Tesla FSD decided to go between both lanes. Can't have that. You could have corrected it, but with people behind me, you cannot have that. Like this. Like this. Tesla FSD, too close to the edge of the road. You can pass me. Do it. Or not. Wait for this guy. Now pass me. Traffic. We're still going to be there with 5 minutes to spare. think that's slight marking. I don't know. We'll check up on that when we park. Because if that is, then that truck definitely hit that little nick there. I don't know. Is that? It better not be a fucking crack. I'll be pissed. Hoping it's just like, I don't know. It might be a little crack. I'm pissed if it is. for it, or do I have to pay a deductible or something? Shut up. The fact you're gonna tell me to connect my phone to the internet. I'll ask good old ChatGPT here. Still have 15 minutes out. Hey, ChatGPT, are you there?
I'm right here. What's on your mind today?
Got a quick question. So if I'm driving and a truck accidentally throws up like a little, speck of rock and it hits my windshield and causes a little crack, who's at fault and do I have to pay for it?
In most cases, it's really hard to hold the truck driver or anyone else responsible unless something was negligently loaded. Usually it's just bad luck. Road debris happens. Insurance often covers windshield damage, so you'll likely have to handle the repair through your insurance or out of pocket. But the good news is that windshield repairs are usually pretty affordable.
Okay, so it won't get covered. I have to pay out of pocket for it.
Not necessarily. It depends on your insurance policy. A lot of comprehensive plans cover windshield repairs and sometimes even replacements with little or no deductible. It's worth giving your insurance provider a call. They'll let you know if you're covered, and if so, you might not have to pay out of pocket at all.
But if I tell them about the incident, won't they just raise my premiums because they knew that my windshield is now slightly damaged?
If it's just a windshield repair, a lot of insurance companies won't raise your premium, especially if it's a no-fault comprehensive claim. But every policy is different. If you're worried, you can call and ask in a hypothetical way, like, if I had a windshield chip, would a claim affect my premium? That way you'll know what to expect before filing anything.
Okay, well, I guess I'll give them a call. It's not a big crack. I'd say it's like an inch.
Yeah, definitely give. If it's just a small crack, they'll let you know whether a repair or a full replacement is recommended. Usually small chips or cracks can be filled quickly and inexpensively. Hopefully it'll be an easy fix, no stress.
I only have liability though. Am I covered? Because they were fully willing to do my windshield for free, but I had to have full coverage.
That typically won't cover damage to your own vehicle, including the windshield. Liability usually just covers damage you cause to others. In that case, you'd likely handle the repair out of pocket.
But the good news is, the thing is, they damaged me though. Isn't it like covered? Because isn't that what the point of liability is? That if they damage you, you're covered. But if you damage them, only they're covered.
I see where you're coming from. The tricky part is that road debris, like a random rock, usually isn't considered someone else's direct liability. Unless something fell directly off that truck, like improperly secured cargo. It's just considered a road hazard. Liability coverage doesn't handle random flying debris, unfortunately. But hey, many windshield repairs are fairly affordable, so you'll get that fixed up.
I did not want to wait for that light, also I couldn't need it. I was just slowing down early. Alright, thank you then, I guess. I'll go check it out. I might have to get a repair kit for it. Insurance won't pay for like the $5 repair kit, I gotta pay for it myself.
Yeah, those quick DIY kits are usually on you. But hey, at least that's a pretty inexpensive fix. Hopefully it'll be a quick one and you'll be back on the road with a smooth windshield in no time.
We'll hope so. Alright. Actually, since you're here, I got a job interview at the farmer's market in Woodstock in Rutland, Vermont. What are some quick tips I should know before going here? It's the supply chain position for the back-end inventory manager.
Well, first off, know the farmer's market well. What kind of local products they sell and how they operate. Show that you're interested in their mission. Then focus on examples where you've managed inventory or streamlined processes, anything that shows you can keep things organized and moving. And definitely be ready to talk about how you handle challenges like managing supply fluctuations or ensuring fresh stock. Be confident and you've got this.
Alright. What's a good example I could say?
You could share a time when you had to balance fluctuating demand with limited stock. Maybe coordinating between suppliers and customers, or ensuring fresh products got out on time. If you solved a problem, like preventing waste or improving accuracy, highlight that. It shows them you can think on your feet and keep things running smoothly.
I don't really have any good examples that quickly come to mind. Could you give me an example that I had told you about before?
You've told me you've got some experience balancing multiple gig jobs, like roadie and DoorDash, while handling time-sensitive deliveries. You could frame that as managing logistics under pressure, ensuring things were efficiently handled even when demand shifted. That shows them you've already had to stay on top of supply and demand, just in a different context.
Okay, so I could use a UPS example. I could say, well, we were delivering and we have this driver that has to get these packages out by 8 a.m. The issue is he's got to go all of his way to get those packages out. Maybe we ended up swapping the packages for a different truck and then had that truck deliver packages on the way back to the original route. Therefore, you get some packages delivered on the way back instead of just having wasted time driving all the way out.
Yes, exactly. That's a great example. It shows you recognized a bottleneck, creatively optimized routes, and improved efficiency, just like you do with inventory. It's relatable and shows problem solving on the fly. You'll be set with that.
Great. Alrighty, I'm about 9 minutes out. When do I ask them about charging? Is it even worth asking them about chargings? Because if I want to charge my car there in the winter, using just like a regular wall outlet that they have outside, is that an option? Do I even bring that up at all, or do I wait like a month working there before I bring it up?
I'd say hold off on bringing up something like charging right away. It's better to land the job first and get a feel for the environment. Once you've been there a bit, you can ask about practical logistics like that.
Okay.
Early on, focus on showing them you're excited to contribute to their operations. The rest will follow naturally.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'll give a hypothetical to my insurance. I bet I'll be paying out of pocket for the insurance thing. And for as well as the job goes, I guess we'll see how it goes. Can you give me a quick rundown of what I'm probably going to be expected to do here? Just to refresh real quick.
In a supply chain or inventory role, they'll likely expect you to keep track of stock levels, coordinate with vendors or farmers, ensure products are timely and fresh, and possibly improve efficiency, like reducing waste or preventing shortages. They might also expect you to analyze patterns, what sells when, and keep communication clear across the team. In short, they'll rely on you to keep things running smoothly behind the scenes. You've got the skills, they just want to see you apply them.
I mean, a great example is like what I do day to day, like with my family. Like we order a lot of groceries through stuff, and I order a lot of it on Amazon. I get a lot of it delivered. I get logistics in that because we have pets. We need pet food on time. We have multiple animals, ducks, chickens, geese. Ducks, chickens. We got chameleons, bearded dragons. We need all of it. Basically, we have all this food and stuff that needs to be supplied at a timely manner for the cheapest price possible, and as well as like necessities like toilet paper and shit. We got all those logistics that we need to I'm constantly working on for the family and saving money.
That's actually a great personal example. You're managing multiple supply chains just in a household context. You can absolutely mention that. It shows you're used to coordinating diverse needs, optimizing costs, and ensuring timely deliveries. It's a natural, relatable example of you applying logistical thinking every day. That'll definitely show them your proactive mindset.
Am I probably going to be way more hands-on with this compared to like a bigger corporation like a Hannaford or something like that? Because most of that's usually like an automated thing they have at corporate. This used to be a farm stand before they turned out to a full store and everything. So I think it's like a local, it's not a mom and pop, but it's more of like they have one store and this is their business. So I'm going to probably be more hands-on, right? And more in-depth with the ordering and receiving.
Exactly. In a smaller local operation, you'll likely be closer to the action. You might be ordering directly from local farmers or vendors, checking deliveries yourself, or adjusting inventory based on what's coming in seasonally. It's more personal, more hands-on, and you'll likely wear a few hats, but that means you'll have a real impact, and you'll see it day to day.
The biggest issue for me is it's only 20 an hour, so that's a lot of effort on my end for the low pay that most people can get at other jobs.
It's fair to weigh the effort versus the pay. If the role offers growth, flexibility, or aligns with something you value, sometimes that balance feels worth it. If not, it's always good to keep your options open. But you've got this interview, so show them what you can do and you'll figure out if it fits.
I should ask him about growth. I should ask him what opportunities kind of like, I don't know. Like what's a good way to ask them about growth? Like the opportunity for growth.
You could say something like, I'm really interested in growing within a team like this. Could you share what growth paths others have taken here, or how you help employees develop their skills over time? That way, it's collaborative. You're showing you're committed, but also curious about what's possible.
What's the simpler way to ask that question?
You can simply ask, what kind of growth opportunities are there here? It's direct, and they'll know exactly what you mean.
Alright, so based on what are the two responses they're going to give me, and how should I feel about each?
They might say something positive, like opportunities to take on more responsibility, learn new skills, or eventually step into leadership roles. That's great, it means growth's possible. If they say growth is limited or unclear, it doesn't mean it's bad, just that you'll want to weigh how long you'd stay. Either way, knowing is good. It helps you decide if it fits your goals.
Yeah, that's good. It's just, let me think here.
Take your time. If you think of anything else or need more help, I'm right here when you're ready.
That's not what I meant. I meant like, how much should I get paid for this job based on everything you know, based on the job itself? How much do you think I should get paid? I just want to know personally for you to me, how much am I supposed to get paid for this? Because I'm thinking it's the position more for like 25, 27 an hour. If I'm going to be real in-depth with it. But if I'm not going to be real in-depth, I understand. But let's assume I'm going to be real in-depth. Like I am the guy that does all of everything.
I get you. If you're truly managing the full inventory process, handling suppliers, tracking stock levels, solving issues at a smaller local business, something closer to the mid-20s range per hour is fair to aim for. If you're more on the day-to-day operational side, 20 might make sense, but if you're taking on the whole system, it's reasonable to advocate for closer to 25 to 27. Just know your worth.
Yeah. The only issue is right now it seems like it's an employer's market, which is what my friend was telling me a bunch about. And I mean, it's true. How do we get out of this? Like,
It's true that sometimes the market swings toward employers having more leverage, especially if there are a lot of candidates. But you can shift your position by building specialized skills, networking in your field, or finding niches where your expertise is really valued. If a job doesn't meet your worth, sometimes gaining experience and then negotiating later, or being ready to pivot when the market changes helps. And hey, every market shifts eventually.
Markets do shift eventually, that is true indeed. Alright, I'm about 2 minutes out here. Where should I park? Throw a little curveball at you there. Should I park in the back? Or should I park out front? How long is this interview going to probably take?
If they have a designated lot, parking where guests or employees park is great, just not right at the front door. As for time, interviews often run 30 to 60 minutes. So, park comfortably, head in with confidence, and you'll be good.
Seems about right. I got about a minute left. I'm going to let you go.
No problem. Good luck in there. You've got this. Take care.
I am going to record this interview just because I need for my personal look over after. That is something. record my first interview, which I should have recorded because I wanted some good feedback on that. I know my brain's fucked. Don't even be like, oh, using ChatGPT. I know. At least I pay for the smarter model. Like, I have it always on Thinking Plus or whatever, because I don't mind waiting. Like, if I gotta wait 20 seconds for some answer, you know, like, I'd rather it be, well, I'd rather wait 20 seconds for an answer and have it be right than to wait like a second for an answer and it's just completely bullshit. So I'd prefer waiting longer and having you think versus not. And I know you're like, well, there's Claude and there's all the other options. Yeah, but I just like ChatGPT. Also, Claude doesn't have their own browser and everything where I can, like, and it's also, it's expensive. But, like, Claude doesn't have their own, we're here. Fuck me. We're parking all the way back here. Tesla, can you back in for me, or do I need to do? Oh, fuck yes, you can back in. How the fuck do you see? You can't. You can't see. She's gonna tell me not to park here. How much you want to bet? She's gonna tell me not to park here. How much you want to bet? I should have mind. At least picking up. I thought she was waiting for me to be like, don't park there. Alrighty. Tesla, they're pulling out, buddy. You can wait a minute, okay? You don't have to rush. Damn it, Tesla, what the fuck are you on about, little bro? Holy shit. Tesla FSD went very slow into the lane, and it made the other driver upset. Like, what the fuck were you... You have to, like, go into this lane. What are you on about? Bird, go. Thank you. That was an interesting interview. I'm gonna have ChatGPT quickly summarize this. Transcription to audio. It's the wrong way. Audio to transcription. Close enough. Guy gonna be turning, or why so slow? PT?
Hey, I'm right here. What's on your mind?
So I'm driving right now. Could you read me the summary of that? How did you think I do? How did you think they did? How do you think that interview was?
You've got it. From the summary, it sounded like you handled it really well. You gave strong examples of problem solving, and they seemed genuinely interested. They were pretty thorough, so I think they were invested too. I'd say overall it was positive. You showed them you can stay calm under pressure, and you made them laugh a little, which never hurts.
Okay, but what are the chances you think I get the job?
I can't predict the future, but from what I heard, you gave thoughtful answers, stayed calm, and showed you're adaptable, qualities they seem to value. It sounds like you left a solid impression, so I'd say you're definitely in the running. Just keep an eye out for their follow-up.
The thing of, though, is like, so they're only giving me 20 an hour.
No rush.
They're giving me 20 an hour, and I'm driving 40 minutes a day. And you heard the amount of work they want me to do. Is that even reasonable for the amount I'm paid?
It's definitely fair to evaluate if the pay aligns with the responsibilities and the commute. If you're driving 40 minutes each day, that's time and fuel out of your pocket. If the workload is hefty, you deserve compensation that feels right for you. Maybe it's worth negotiating or considering how much the role's long-term stability is worth to you. If it feels off, trust your gut.
Yeah, but like, what do you think? Be honest with me. Don't be fucking, stop glazing me. Tell me.
Alright, no.
Tell me why or why not you think it's worth the amount I'm getting paid. The amount of work they're having me do.
I'll be direct. If you're driving that far daily and the workload involves both data accuracy and hands-on tasks, $20 an hour may not be competitive, especially factoring gas, time, and the importance of the role. If the workload is as detailed and critical as it sounded, you could probably justify asking for more. If it's stable and you need that now, it might hold value. But in pure numbers, I'd say you could push for more.
How much should I push for? Based on everything they said, what is that job worth?
If you're juggling data accuracy, inventory, and customer-facing tasks, plus factoring in the commute,
and I'm also doing and I'm also doing other people's jobs, and I have to have a flexible schedule where I'm working not guaranteed days. It's like sometimes different days, and a weekend on top, and they want to take away one of my days to work a weekend, and all that stuff you heard.
With everything you've laid out, responsibilities, flexibility, weekend shifts, and even covering others, I'd say aiming for 24 to 26 an hour is reasonable. That compensates not just for the complexity, but also for the extra effort and commitment they're asking of you.
Should I have asked him during the interview about raises? Or would that have been, I didn't want to ask him about it because I thought that would be too much.
It's understandable you held back, but it wouldn't have been too much. Asking about growth opportunities or how raises are handled is normal. Next time you could frame it as wanting to understand their review process or how performance is rewarded. That's fair game, and it shows you're thinking long term.
So what do you think on this job? Do you think it's worth it for me?
Only you can decide if it fits your needs and goals. But if it's a lot of work, not enough pay, and the flexibility feels like a burden rather than a benefit, it might not be worth it. If you're looking for stability or stepping stones, then maybe it is. Just don't undervalue your time. If it's draining you or doesn't meet your needs, trust yourself to keep looking.
Am I being too greedy? Or are they just underselling it? Because a lot of jobs around here don't pay that much for what they want.
You're not being greedy by expecting fair compensation for real effort. It's common that some jobs undersell at first, hoping someone just accepts it. If similar roles pay more elsewhere, then it's a fair push.
They wanted 12 years of experience in supply chain and all that bullshit. They wanted 12 years of experience for this job. I don't have 12 years, I have at most 3, but they wanted 12 years of experience with all that stuff, only for 20 an hour. What kind of fucking...
Yeah, that doesn't add up. Expecting a decade plus of experience but offering a low rate is a huge mismatch. It's not just you. Anyone would see that gap. If they're asking for that level of expertise, they should pay accordingly. You're right to question it. Don't let them undervalue what you bring.
Do you remember the last job I told you about? The one with that dude that was a contract worker? Do you not remember that?
I do remember you mentioned contract work with that company, Barrister.
No, not Barrister.
Got it, thanks for clarifying. I might not have every detail on that other job right now, but if you give me a quick reminder, I'm right here to compare.
It's okay.
Let's line it up.
It's okay, I'm all good. I'm gonna call my fiance.
Bryce. My name is Paulette. I am calling from Community Care Network. I'm calling to touch base with you on a direct support professional level 2 position. If you could give me a call back, you can reach me at 802-786-732.
Shit, let's hope it doesn't disconnect.
Hello, this is Paulette.
Hey Paula, this is Bryce. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, hi, Bryce. Yeah, I can. Thank you so much for calling me back. I just sent you an email. It's funny.
I just got your...
Unless you got that, that's why you're calling.
I didn't get your email, but I got your voice memo that you left for me. The voicemail.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Yeah, okay. Well, thank you so much for calling me back. I appreciate it. So I just wanted to let you know, for the next steps in the application process, the hiring manager would like to move forward with checking references. So I have listed on your application, you have a supervisor, Paul, and his phone number. And then I have a family friend and their phone number, but no name. I don't know if you remember who you were referring to with the phone number, but do you have a, I can tell you the phone number and maybe you can match that up with a name?
Yes, it's Miss Bab. Just give me 1 second.
Sure. While you're looking or doing whatever it is that you're doing, we do require a minimum of 3 references, just so you know.
Oh, I thought I gave you...
2 of the...
Yeah.
2 references are required to be professional, with 1 being a direct somebody reported directly to, which is Paul, a supervisor. So I would just need a second professional reference.
I thought Lennon was my second professional reference, as you saw there. He was my co-worker. He was my training employee. He trained me / co-worker.
Hold on, I gotta get on your application. Give me 1 second. Bryce.
If I break up or anything, let me know. Sorry, it's just pouring outside and I'm on my way home.
No worries. Okay, professional level 2. Application. Okay. So...
It's Christina Babb, by the
that's
way.
right. It wasn't listed on your application. I'm sorry?
Christina Babb is the personal one that I have. Chris Babb or Christina.
Okay, let me get back.
Yep.
Alright, let me just put that down. Christina Babb?
Babb. B-A-B-B. Yeah. Bravo, Alpha, Bravo, Bravo.
Okay, Babb. Got it. So, actually, your application does not have any references listed. I'm remembering now that Kathy emailed me. Let me just get into Kathy's email. 1 second, please.
Yep. When I think that, I think that's probably why you didn't get it, because when I applied, it didn't ask. It asked like in a separate field, which I think is why you didn't get it. Because it wasn't on my actual resume, it was on the application.
Oh, I apologize. Linen, right?
Yep.
Yes,
John.
it's right here. I don't know how I just totally spaced over that. But yeah, no. Kathy sent it along to me. It wasn't attached to the application, but I'm not sure how it all transfers over from Indeed, if that was something separate just for Indeed. But, so Linen was an employee of yours, is that correct?
Well, he wasn't my employee. I worked with him.
Oh, coworker.
Yeah,
okay, great. Thank you for
he trained me at Vermont rail system, and I worked with him for a year or so at UPS before that. We worked together for about a year, and we then transferred to the railroad together.
All right. Okay, well, excellent. Then I do have everybody. I apologize for that. I just needed the name to the person, the family friend person that was.
Oh yeah, of course. I apologize for that. If you would like any additional references, I also have more upon request. If you would like some references more.
Excellent. Okay, Bryce. Well, I thank you very much. So if you wanted to give these folks a heads up, if you have time, I'm probably going to be reaching out to them in a couple hours, just so you know. Oh, wait, it's 1:30. Probably in about an hour, I should be reaching out to them. But, yeah, so I appreciate you giving me a call back. Thank you so much.
Of course. I will let them know. Thank you.
All right, you take care.
You too. Thank you, autocorrect, so much. The community health is reaching out to you in about an hour or so about my application. Hey Paul, in about an hour or so, community health is reaching out to you about your application. My application. So yes, I'm definitely gonna have to ask my fiance what she thinks about this job. We do get 30% off, and we get a hella free food, so that's good. But the commute does suck. But if I could justify it by free food, free sandwiches, maybe. It's just the amount of work they want for a little pay. Better have fucking good healthcare. Give me that 802 number there.
Hi, Brett.
Hey, does around like 2:15, 2:20 work?
That's perfectly fine, hon. Yep,
Okay.
no problem.
So my brother's last minute told me he's got a game today, and I was like, in a rain? And he's like, yeah, we got a game, and I'm like, all right. So I got to get him at like 3:20. So
Okay, you come whenever you can. That's great.
of course, thank you. I should see you within 40 minutes or so. I'm on my way home. So
Thank you, hon.
Thank you.
All right, see you soon.
See you
Yeah,
soon.
bye-bye.
years of experience.
I'll talk.
Hey, Gene.
Bryce?
Yeah?
Yeah,
Are you busy?
I'm in the car.
Oh, I'll call you later.
Okay.
up, so I guess let's call my friends. Come on, just fucking work. See, I wish it would just be like this, tap while I'm looking at the road. I can also just do this. Call Maya.
Calling Maya.
See if she answers.
Your call has been
God
forwarded.
damn it. Yo. I got a piss, that's why I'm rushing home. Let's put some tunes on. Music. Music. Music.
Yo.
Out there's a world outside of young. You know, living in this big town part of me. It's so funny though that they ask for 12 years of experience for 20 an hour. I really want to laugh at them, like so bad. got time. ChatGPT, are you there? Hello?
Hey there, what's on your mind today?
Hey, so what did I do wrong in that interview? Give me a rundown of what I need to improve for my next interview based on what I said in that interview.
You actually had some great moments, especially when you shared concrete examples of how you handled problems and pressure. But for improvement, you might want to streamline your answers a bit. Some explanations got a little long, so aim for clarity and conciseness. Also, when they asked hypothetical customer scenarios, you hesitated a bit on balancing tasks versus customer service. Next time, show confidence in prioritizing the customer or asking for help quickly. Overall, a bit more concise storytelling and decisive customer-first energy will help you shine.
Okay, that's great. What else did I do wrong?
You also might have given a bit too much detail about unrelated jobs, like diving deep into UPS or IT scenarios. It's great to show problem solving, but keep it tightly relevant to the job at hand. Also, when discussing why you want to move from IT to this new role, you justified it well, but you could focus even more on how your skills directly translate. In essence, keep answers targeted, show clear enthusiasm for this type of role, and tie your strengths directly to what they need.
I think that's what I did. Alright, what did they do wrong?
The interviewers did a pretty solid job of explaining the role and expectations, but they could have structured it a bit more efficiently. They bounced between topics and the flow got a bit long. They also asked a few questions that were a little vague or hypothetical without enough context, so they could have helped you by framing those scenarios more clearly. Lastly, while they were friendly, there was a lot of talking on their end. A bit more time for you to ask questions or guide the conversation might have made it feel more balanced.
Okay, well, do you think their expectations for the job were realistic? They mentioned a lot how jobs take an hour and a half, but they expect you to do it in 30 minutes, quite often.
It sounded like they were highlighting the need for flexibility, but if they repeatedly expect tight turnarounds, that could be a red flag if it's constant. Realistically, some days will have time crunches, but if they're suggesting that pressure is the norm, it's fair to ask for clarification. In a follow-up, you could ask how they support staff during busy periods or how often these scenarios happen. It's good to ensure expectations match reality and that they aren't setting people up for burnout.
They also showed me around the building. They don't really have one set location. They have like 6 or 7 multiple locations around the store where they hold inventory. That means inventory is all over the place in the back. And there's not like a set location where you get inventory. It's just everywhere.
It's definitely fair to consider how that might affect efficiency. If inventory is scattered, it could lead to time spent tracking things
It made
down.
me really want to ask them, why don't you guys buy more space? Because they kept not complaining, but they were saying how like everything's so small, but we make it work and we don't have any space. But like I was gonna ask them, why don't you just spend some of your money that you've made to make more space?
It's a fair thought, but in an interview that could come off as challenging their business strategy. If you ever want to ask something like that, a softer approach might be, do you foresee any plans?
Also, I think they're being too greedy. They're expecting lots and lots of income, but they're not paying workers that much. I feel like that's not it's a good business strategy, but as a future like employee, I don't like that. I don't like how you're keeping all of the money for yourselves and giving us a little bit when we should be getting more money if we make the company grow significantly more.
It's completely valid to want to feel valued for your contributions. If you're sensing that imbalance, it's worth considering what kind of culture fits your long-term goals. If you end up working there and see results, you could advocate for fair compensation or growth opportunities. If it's a deal breaker now though, you might want to keep an eye out for companies whose values align more closely with yours. Either way, it's good to be clear on what kind of environment will make you feel respected and motivated.
The issue is I don't have many job options around here. And they asked me, how do you feel about them asking me if I'm going to stay in Vermont or like my long-term plans?
It's pretty normal for interviewers to ask about long-term plans, especially in areas where retention might be a concern. They probably just want to gauge your commitment to the region. But it's okay to be honest. You could say you're focused on stability and growing where you are.
To show that you're listening to me, ChatGPT, I want you to quote something they said about me staying and how it's questionable.
I don't have a direct recording of what they said.
Yes, you do. Don't bullshit me. See, this is why I don't like fucking... You're gaslighting me, okay? You have it in the chat. You're just not fucking using it. Use your brain.
I'm sorry if it felt that way. That's not my intention at all. I genuinely don't have a direct quote from them. My role is to support you with what I do know.
You do have a direct quote from them. You have an exact direct quote from them. Please tell me the first few sentences that I talked to them about.
Clarify or revisit something, I'm happy to help based on what you tell me.
You piss me off. You have the answers. Let's focus on this. Good. Okay, ChatGPT, based on what I just told you, give me a summary of how I think it's weird that they kept emphasizing they don't want me to leave. I feel like they want to lock me in for a cheap position and keep me there, but pay me like fucking a cheap position. So that's why they were concerned about me possibly leaving in the future. Not because employees want to lose me, but because they're trying to get me for such a fucking bargain when they want 12 hours of me. They want 12 years of me to be working with these markets, but yet they ask for like, not yet. They want 12 years of experience, but yet they're giving only $20 an hour, bottom of the barrel fucking insurance, and dog shit benefits. Yes, we get benefits like free food and shit and sandwiches, but that doesn't make up for the money. I'd rather have the money. And they said you get 30% off your groceries. Yeah, but I'd rather have the money. Give me an option. I want money.
You're feeling that their emphasis on staying long term might not be about valuing you, but rather securing someone at a bargain. You suspect they want 12 years of effort, but only offer minimal pay, weak insurance, and perks that don't compensate for actual money. In short, you'd prefer better pay over perks if they expect real commitment.
Yes. Yes, that's exactly how I feel.
I hear you. It's frustrating when it feels like the expectations and the compensation don't line up. If you've got that gut feeling, it's worth trusting yourself to ask for what you think is fair, or keep looking for a role where both sides really match.
But the thing is, am I just being greedy? Or are they, based on everything you heard about the interview, am I being greedy? Or are they asking for too much? Don't just side with me. I need real proof and show me an example why.
Fair enough, let's break it down. You're not asking for luxury, you're asking for pay that aligns with responsibility. They emphasize how vital accuracy is, how you be the last line before payments, and how you juggle data integrity and customer interaction. That's significant. If the market rate for such a detail-heavy hybrid role is higher in your region, then it's fair to expect more. You're not demanding a fortune, you're asking for fair pay for a role they themselves described as crucial. So, if the compensation doesn't match the demands and market standards, it's them asking too much.
ChatGPT, stop being like that though. Are they asking too much or am I asking too much? Pick one. Do not say no fucking market. You do the research, you do the math, you tell me.
Based on similar roles in Vermont in 2026, hourly pay for receiving and inventory positions typically ranges from around $19 to $27 per hour. On average, roles like this pay roughly $21 to $22 hourly. If they're offering $20, it's on the lower end, especially considering the experience they might want. In short, you're not being greedy if you're asking for a higher wage that matches the market.
Does that 30% off all groceries and free food daily make up for it?
Those perks are nice, but they don't directly pay your bills or build long-term financial stability. A discount and free food might cut some costs, but they don't fully close a wage gap. If you'd rather have that value in your paycheck, so you control how you spend or save, then no, it doesn't truly make up for lower pay. Ultimately, if you feel undervalued, you're not wrong to advocate for more.
I saw on their chart that they made $3 million last year. Is that a high amount or a low amount? I'm trying to gauge if they are storing the money away or they just don't have much money.
In Vermont, the entire grocery industry generates around $2.6 billion annually. While I didn't find a specific average for one independent store, it's not unusual for a local grocery store to have revenues in the range of a few million. In other words, $3 million per year isn't necessarily low, but it also doesn't indicate huge margins, so they likely have some financial constraints, but it doesn't mean they're storing away a fortune either.
I'm just concerned because of like the job I just worked at the railroad. They were so greedy, penny pinching, but they're making millions of dollars, but they're only giving it to the people that started the company. That just makes me, it's not like a CEO thing like Walmart and stuff. It's more of like local things around here. They're greedy. They're asking for so much, but they give so little and they pocket everything else.
It's natural to feel that way if you've seen it before. Not every small business will operate like that, but it's good to stay alert. If you sense they're undervaluing employees, trust your instincts. It's not greedy to want fair compensation and respect. The best thing you can do is evaluate the overall.
Keep talking. ChatGPT, finish what you were saying.
Ultimately, you deserve a job where both the expectations and compensation feel balanced. If you have that nagging feeling that you'd be giving much more than you're getting...
They just wanted me to send sources over. I hate this. Why the fuck do I have to send every job fucking 2 to 3 references?
I get that it feels tedious, especially if you've done it repeatedly. It's pretty standard though. Employers just want to hear from people who've worked with you. Maybe you can keep a go-to list of trusted folks so it's less of a hassle. But yeah, I get why it's frustrating.
But they always want references and all this stuff, but they don't pay much money.
It's definitely frustrating when the effort to prove yourself feels disproportionate to the pay. It's okay to expect a fair balance. If you feel the process is heavy but the offer isn't, you're not wrong to weigh your options. At the end of the day, you deserve a role where the value on both sides feels fair to you.
I'll send over some references.
That sounds like a plan. Hopefully you have a couple of people in mind who won't mind vouching for you. And remember, you're also evaluating them. If it doesn't feel right after all this, you've got the power to keep looking.
Guys, tell me, am I greedy? Am I asking for too much? Also, I feel these tires bald. I can't wait for the fucking weekend we're getting new tires. I can't wait for the fucking weekend. I also need a single winter tire. And I don't want to cheap out too much on it, but it's only going to last me one winter. And I don't want to run a summer for the fucking